All right, welcome Facebook fans. This is Grant Linhart with the Berkshire Group. This is the first Facebook Live of 2019, and I am with my new friend Amy Stevenson. She is a financial expert. Hi, Amy.
How are you, Grant?
I'm good. Thank you for allowing me to come in your office and interrupt your meeting earlier.
Oh, well, it's all right.
So we could talk about what you do.
Oh, thanks.
Amy, what is a financial expert? What do you tell us about that?
So what I do is a lot of people, we're goal setting in 2019. That's what a lot of people are doing right now. And, whether you're wanting to get out of debt, save for retirement, you want to plan on going on vacation more, you want to buy a house, which is why we have Grant here, who's your housing expert,
It's always a good time to buy.
Always. There you go. Nice little plug. But a lot of people have a financial goal that they want to achieve, right? And then if you don't have a plan in place or you don't have any structure around that, you're less likely to actually achieve that goal. Just the same with if you want to go on a diet, it doesn't make sense for you to just kind of wing it and hope that you can accomplish it. So I put together a financial game plan that's specific for that client so that in that sense they can know step by step, what do I got to do? What's my budget look like? Where can I find money in my budget? How can I reroute that money so my money is working for me and not for everybody else?
What is a budget?
Budget's a 4-letter word to a lot of people.
Yes.
And really all that a budget is that you tell your money where you want it to go. If you get paid, this dollar goes to my 401k, this dollar goes to food, this dollar goes to my debt, this dollar is savings. You just tell your money where it goes, and crazy, when you tell it where to go, it will do what you tell it to do. But if you don't tell it where you want it to go, then all of a sudden the month is almost over, but you don't have enough money to cover the rest of your month. They say for the person that has $10, if you spend 11, you're in hell. But if you spend only 9, then you're in heaven. And so that's where a lot of people get mixed up.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Who is a good client for you to help?
Well, really, anybody who has money, which is a good thing because there's a lot of that going around, right? But I'm here to help people that want to accomplish those financial goals. The market is great right now to buy, and so I'm really focusing on how can I help those clients who are wanting to qualify for a home and they just, they can't quite get their finances in order to get approved for as much loan as they need or any loan at all. I specialize in helping those clients, but really any financial goal that it is. Do you want to, are you a new parent? You want to save for college for your kids,
right.
Or are you looking to plan for retirement, or maybe you just want to make sure you can afford to go on vacation and pay cash for it at least once or twice a year, whatever your financial
Pay cash?
Crazy.
Not a credit card?
Right? Yes. The average credit card debt is about $16,000.
I think you said another bad word, debt.
Debts.
Is debt bad?
It's very bad.
Because that means you don't have any money. That means you overspent, right?
Yes, that means that your money is being flowed to everybody else. And if you can imagine, just think about it. So the average credit card debt is about $16,000. The average consumer now has about $2,000 to $2,500 worth of debt that they're getting to somebody else. So you get paid, and half of your money that you make every single month goes to somebody else.
Right.
We kind of live in this microwave society where we're instant gratification.
Yep.
Instead of that, well, let's think about if I want to buy it, let's save for it so I can pay cash for it. Whereas, instead of they think, I can afford the payment of $300 a month. How about instead, can I afford that whole entire unit and pay cash?
Because then that $300 stays in my pocket for something else.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That $300 can go towards funneling for down payment for a house, for going on that vacation, whatever's important to you, then that money's working for you and not for your debtors.
I think I saw in your Facebook post towards the end of the year that you were debt-free Christmas.
I did. It was my 4th year of a debt-free Christmas. And man, when I was younger, I've got 2 young kids, and we used to put Christmas on because it was important. I felt like I needed to have the perfect Christmas for my kids, and they were young, and it was really more for me because they were too, they don't even remember it now, right? But man, that January bill, when that came due, with just like that weight and that fear of knowing that I was going to have this huge bill due.
Was it one bill?
No, multiple bills.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Multiple credit cards.
Yes. Yeah. The reason why I do what I do is because I fell prey to it, because when you think about it, we don't get a financial education. We don't learn about what's the tax code in college or high school. What is a 401k? How do I apply for a loan? We don't get that information, and so it's my crusade to help people that are wanting to get their hands on their personal finances so that they can accomplish what they want to accomplish and learn what all these big things are.
I think you touched on a point too. As kids, I'm not sure where it stopped, but as kids in school, we're not taught even the basics of a savings account or a checkbook and what's a checkbook register to keep track of what's in my account. We're not taught those things.
No, not
So
at
then
all.
what happens when we're adults?
Right.
You see a train wreck?
Yeah, exactly. And it makes you wonder why you get kids out of college and they have hundreds of thousands of dollars of student loan debt. They fell prey to signing up for a credit card they didn't understand. And so not only do they have the average student loan debt is about $35,000 for Americans right now, and then they're walking away with another $10,000 of credit card debt because they didn't understand that just because I swipe a piece of plastic, I have to pay for it later
Still on
plus
the hook.
interest. Yeah. You know, and so we're setting our, our young Americans up for failure because they just don't know what they don't know. And so you get out of school, you're hoping to find a good job, and you're walking away with $50,000+ of debt.
Yikes.
Mm-hmm.
I will admit, my wife and I, we were not taught any of those things until somewhere in our early 30s.
Yeah.
Someone like you came along. We didn't know you then.
No.
But someone like you came along and straightened us out, and we were like, yikes. And then once we got out of debt, we had a Christmas-free debt. We don't have too many bills except our house. It's a breath of fresh air.
It's life-changing,
to not
isn't it?
have 4 credit card bills, 3 car payments, and Christmas. And the vacation I took last summer I'm still paying off. I mean, it's nice not to do that, to budget
Absolutely.
in advance so that money's
Crazy.
sitting in the account. Don't spend it. So then when that vacation comes, then it's just cash
Right.
and not plastic.
And that you get that weight lifted off your shoulders, right? And so now when you think about, well, that money that I was paying to debt, it was already out of my, I was already used to living a lifestyle outside of it. Well, then what can you do with that money? Maybe you can grow your wealth by buying investment properties and using Grant, obviously, if you're a guy. You can start investing in college funds. You can invest in mutual funds and take advantage of the market. So in that sense, you're changing. And so instead of you giving money to your debtors and they're making money off of your money, you can make money with your money. And money is the best employee in the world. Doesn't sleep, doesn't eat, doesn't take potty breaks. It just works.
What are some things that folks can do right now just to put a couple extra bucks in their pocket before they call you?
So the first thing I would do is really take a look at, take a snapshot of a typical month. So I don't think November and December count because those are holiday months. But, I tell my clients, pull up your bank account, your bank statement, and look at everything that you did in October. And really, in finite detail, how much did I spend on groceries? How much was on food? How much was going out? How much was coffee? How much was, when I did that personally and I really evaluated where my money was, I realized I was spending almost $200 a month just on Starbucks coffee.
That's almost a car payment.
Yeah, that's like a car payment, and just for coffee. And it's because what people don't realize is it's death by 1,000 cuts, right? And so it's like, that's only a $5 coffee, or I'm going to stop and get some Chipotle at $7, and
adds up.
It adds up really quickly. And so that's something where you can really see where is all my money going and evaluate. Well, so for example, with what we did is we saw that I was spending more money at Starbucks because I like my specialty coffees, because who doesn't, right? And so we invested and got, one of those really nice Ninja espresso makers.
Yeah.
And so from there, that's where I get my coffee. And so I'm budgeted where I can only get about 2 coffees a week outside, So that's something that people can do to find money in your budget right there.
I'm the same way. I'm kind of a coffee snob. I like good coffee.
Yes.
But I just figured out, how do I make it at home and then come into town with it? Whether it's, I have an espresso machine, I like the French press, and then I buy quality coffee, and it's still cheaper.
Yeah, like
than
pennies
going
on
to
the dollar.
Absolutely. You just got to learn how to make it. So
That's the
it's
key.
the same. And
Absolutely.
then you feel like you're not missing out.
Yes, for sure.
So how do folks get a hold of you?
So I'm very active on my Facebook page. You can find me, Amy Stevenson, on your hashtag Money Lady. You can also send me an email. It's very long, so I apologize. I can put it in the comments. It's astevenson.9fvbk@primerica.com. Or you can send me a text message, or, I like to make myself available for whatever platform my clients are used to communicating. I'm, Instagram, social media, LinkedIn. I kind of do it all.
Right, you have to be.
Yes.
There's so many things. If you're wanting to buy a house or anything, and you get legitimate financing, you can't have a lot of debt, because what's that pesky term? Something about debt to income ratios?
Income ratio. They take that into account. So what that tells the lender is what you can afford to actually buy, because they look at, well, if you've got all these other things that you're spending your money on, we can't, how can we give you a loan and prove that you're going to make a mortgage payment
Right.
if you have all this other outstanding debt? So it's one of the top things that a lot of the clients I work with have to take care of first.
And they could penalize you with a higher interest rate because of the risk. So if you don't have any debt or really low debt or good debt, and maybe you've got investment property and I mean it's covered through that process, but if you have good debt or low debt, no debt, you're going to get a better interest rate for those big purchases that you don't have 500 grand sitting in the bank to go buy a house in Denver these days. You
No,
have to
that's
finance
not.
that. Most folks. But yeah, so before you can even get pre-qualified, you may need to come see and use the services of Amy. She will get you restructured and dial you in. So then you can go to your lender, and I got some referrals on that if you need it. You go to your lender, get pre-qualified, then we can go and house shop and get you into a place, hopefully with a good interest rate and a good price and all that. The inventory has been increasing here in Denver, but when spring comes, we don't know. If those all get gobbled up really quick, we'll be in the same boat as last year. We still have an inventory problem here. Because 80,000 people a year move into Colorado.
Oh, wow.
And I don't blame them. It's a great place. This is a great place to live.
So are you saying if someone's wanting to buy that they should jump in as quickly as possible?
They should before the frenzy comes in
Gotcha.
April, May.
Oh, is that the big heavy season?
Correct.
Got it.
Correct. So if you need help, I am here to help you to buy, to sell investment property. If you need financial advice, expertise, come and see Amy. She's all over Facebook. And I hope everyone has a fabulous 2019 as we're well into it on the second week. And hopefully, I think everybody's back to work.
And
Sorry.
kids are back in school. Parents,
Kids
you're
are
welcome.
back in school. Right. All right. Thank you, Amy. It was great chatting with you.
You're welcome. Thanks,
All right.
Grant.